Hello, this is Rocket from Wreckless Blenders, and this is Musing in Rocket's Cellar. Tonight I'm going to take a quick tour of tasting. So I just opened up a couple of different wines. I opened up one called the Côte de Carmichael. This is from JT's Front Lawn. We blend this up and make it available to consume for the Wreckless Blenders. And then we have a 2011 Mourvedre from our Lumis Vista location. And I'm just opening these up because I was going through the back and I thought, well, let's figure out what we're going to have for dinner, and then we'll cork the other one or divide it out and have it another night. But then I thought, hey, let's talk a little bit about tasting, because tasting has this whole thing around it. And really, there's just a couple of rules, or just one rule in my mind around tastings. And in general, there's not a lot of rules when it comes to wine. And I'll talk about that another time. But in this case, the prime one is the 3-sip rule. And the 3-sip rule is very simple. It's never judge a wine on the first sip, right? You've got all this stuff in your mouth that is there, whether it's toothpaste or coffee or something you just ate or whatever. And it's just influenced by, the wine is influenced by all that taste. The second sip is it just helps clear the palate for the third sip. And the third sip is really the essence of the wine, and when you can determine if you like it. And I always say, hey, if you like the wine on the first sip, yay you get 2 more sips. But in this case, you want to take some wine, and I'm going to pour a little bit here. And, first sip, second sip, third sip. I'm not going to subject you to me taking 3 sips of wine. Man, I've already taken a few of this, and I've judged it to be pretty freaking fantastic. The 2011 got a little age on it. It's got some rich flavors, but it's definitely ready to drink now and shouldn't be holding it on much longer. 9 years, Mourvedre. Yeah, about that time. I'll cork up the Côte de Carmichael and put it aside. And hey, just a quick update on the container, how to divide up your wine at the end of the evening, or if you don't want to drink it all. I found these St. George gin things. I got these for my birthday this year, and they're about 200 milliliters and perfect. Great mouth, easy to clean, beautiful cork. So I've been using those since the last time I recorded to use them, and find it to be really nice. It's just about a glass, a little bit more than a glass of wine. So anyway, the other thing to think about, coming back to tastings, one thing that another trick that we use is, if you're having trouble smelling the wine, if you're having trouble understanding what the nose is, put your hand on top of the glass and swirl, right? And then you stick your nose in there, and you're going to get the essence of the nose coming out of that, because it's trapped some of those, the scent in there. And you get a good, nice burst of what it smells like. And not everybody, but a lot of people know, what you do is you swirl first, then you sniff, and then you sip. And a very similar process if you do wine and chocolate. You sip, nibble, sip, right? You want to sip to understand what the wine is first. You nibble on the chocolate. And then you have a sip of wine, so you understand what the combination's like. So that's been always my recommendation with wine and chocolate. But in the case of the 3-sip rule, just to recap, don't eat in between the sips. So if you're tasting and you're trying to understand if you like a wine or not, definitely don't eat in between those 3 sips. Also, look, if you take the first sip and you're like, ugh, this is bad, this has got vinegar, or it tastes like nail polish remover or something like that, then don't take 2 more sips. If you know right away, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Anyway, this is Rocket, and this is Musing in Rocket Cellars. Have a good one.